at this point. We got to stop it. Just go to the meeting. The meeting's been set. Go to the meeting on Thursday. And if I thought it would be helpful, I don't know where I'm going to be at that particular point. I'll be someplace in the Middle East, but I would fly there if I thought it would be helpful.
President Trump breaking some news there, saying he would even consider flying to Turkey. As we know this week, Vladimir Putin and Volodymyr Zelensky will be sitting down face to face. I'm pleased to bring in Jason Miller, the former senior advisor to the Trump transition team as well on Trump 2024 campaign. Jason, it's been a moment. It's great to have you on such a busy news day. Thanks and welcome into Newsline.
Good to be back with you. And boy, what a historic morning already. And the day's only halfway done.
Right. Well, you know the president very well, and you know the pace he works at. So we'll see what happens on Thursday. But either way, we know Putin and Zelensky will be meeting in Turkey. If President Trump makes a cameo, it could signal that the talks were fruitful. We also know very fruitful was the U.S. and China trade deal. You couple that with the pharmaceutical costs coming down. These are bold things, tariffs and realigning really the fairness in the market. How quickly do you think we will see some of the impact? Because a lot of Americans obviously are excited about this, and we know the one big beautiful bill's also coming in. But the full picture of it all, President Trump has talked about with the tariffs of bonanza. So give us sort of your readout of the timeline.
Yeah, and so great way to set it up, because President Trump all along has said, you got to give me a little bit of time, and this is a complex puzzle. We have the tax bill that we're working on. We have these trade deals. We have the deregulation. We're going to go and tackle, when it comes to these drug deals, the pharmaceutical deals, to bring down prices there. Also, when we talk about restoring peace on the global stage, this is critical because, Bianca, you know this as well as I do. When there's conflict, when there are wars breaking out in places, then what you have is people sit on their capital. They're not investing. They're not spending. You don't see this this global commerce in the way to keep everything moving. So President Trump, what we have today is a convergence of all of these things. So it started off with Secretary Bessent and Ambassador Greer getting this great deal done with China. And I want to make sure people understand something here. There's still 50% tariffs, 50, on China, and only 10% against us. That's the 20% from the previous term. That's the 20% on the fentanyl tariff and 10% on the universal baseline. So not only did we go and get China to bring theirs down, we still have the 50% in place. We're going to open up our markets. I'll leave you one final note here regarding the trade front, and that is the Chinese weren't even discussing any of this with Joe Biden. And so in the previous administration, there was nothing that was happening. Scott Bessent, Jameson Greer, they've started this process to now get it moving. Now we can actually get things going, such as enforcing President Trump's previous trade deal. They got done in 2020. None of that was happening under Biden.